We back, ladies and gentlemen. Goodfellas. Dougie, A Will 5. How y'all feeling, man? Naughty. Do-Rag.
I'm here, baby boy.
We got the same cameraman still, huh?
Hey, we ain't found a new one, man. We put out that for the apps.
Can't get rid of the camera.
Yeah, he probably sabotaged
He
and
probably
threatened everybody.
You gotta post something on Indeed.
Yeah, you know how to fill out an application. Go ahead and fill that out, y'all.
So yeah, we got a lot of NFL to cover today.
Talking about NFL in the spring?
Man,
It ain't even spring yet.
it's trying to be.
No, it ain't spring yet.
I mean, the weather is trying.
It's
It's there a little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit.
It ain't gonna get there.
Man.
Driving back to the 30s over the weekend.
Hey man,
Don't get too comfortable.
keep your negativity over there.
Hey, I'm just telling you what it is.
Man, let's talk about the former Steelers.
The former still.
Former
That's
Steelers.
where you want to
All
start.
right, let's start with Le'Veon. I was praying he went to the Bears.
Didn't happen.
High hopes.
Them hopes was too high.
Man, that's all you can do is hope.
Too high.
That's all you can do is hope.
You know how much money y'all would have had to clear?
Man, y'all got two good running backs and praying for a third one.
Nah, they would
They trying to get rid of Jordan
Howard.
Howard.
They trying to get rid of Howard?
They don't use him.
They don't.
Was they gonna use Le'Veon?
No.
Yeah.
They was gonna throw the same wheel routes to Cohen.
They would, nah.
What go use him at all?
Come on,
They need
man.
to turn Cole into a cornerback. Like they did Devin Hester.
Come on.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Y'all know.
Devin Hester
y'all
might have
know-
played corner in college. Might have. Who knows?
I
went
think
to-
he did.
He did.
I think he did play corner in college. Yeah.
Corner. But anyway, he ended up going to the Jets. What was that? 4 years, 52.5 mil, 25 fully guaranteed.
About 64 losses.
Yeah, he gonna rack up some L's.
Yeah, because they're not gonna win too many games.
Racking up good L's.
64 losses.
They're not gonna win too many games in 4 years.
Guaranteed money,
With
guaranteed
Le'Veon.
L's. At least he back in that Michigan State green. About the only thing.
That had to be, yeah. That's the green is the only thing gonna be good around there. I'll tell you
Green
that.
for the money. They gonna be trash. Terrible.
Awful.
Yeah. How you feel?
It's the Jets, man.
Jesus.
I don't know. No, I think it was cool for Le'Veon, in a sense. I think he was holding out for guaranteed money. He got some good guaranteed money.
Do you think the Jets were his final offer? Do you think how many I don't get the feeling that a bunch of teams were knocking at his door like that. Like we would have thought. Cause it surprised me for him to go to the Jets.
I don't think a bunch of teams was knocking at his door, but like I told y'all before, I think it's because he had to answer questions. And he had to answer that question on why he set out for a whole year. Like you signed a franchise tag, why did you sit out for a whole year? And people want to know, are you here to play football or are you just about the money?
Yeah.
And I think with this contract, although he does have $25 million fully guaranteed, I think it shows that honestly he's here to play football. It ain't about the money. Because, he probably, if he would have played last year, he probably would have got more. He probably would have been making much more on an annual basis. The fact that he's only making like $13 million on an annual basis, which is the second most in running backs, we all probably would have thought he would have been number one. But I think that kind of shows he's not in it for the money. A little bit. Not all the way, just a little bit.
5.
What team did you say you signed with again?
The Jets.
Jets.
Man, it was 100% about the money.
Man.
It wasn't about anything football wise. I mean,
Who's on that roster?
Sam Darnold is their quarterback.
Say it again.
Sam Darnold is their quarterback. They
Dar-
got
Darnold. They added a D.
Darnold, listen, Darnold wasn't that bad.
He ain't that damn good neither.
I mean, he's only throwing to Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson might be my height, 5'10", man. He might weigh, 20 pounds more than me. If that's your number one target, I mean,
who their number one target this year?
Le'Veon.
Jesus.
Le'Veon.
Awful.
Okay.
They gonna be awful.
Le'Veon.
They're gonna be awful. You're gonna see a lot of Le'Veon tweets,
Yeah, they gonna be awful.
a couple diss tracks.
Yeah, he just dropped the album too.
Just dropped the album, so you're gonna see some diss tracks come from off.
Not
from
focused
off
on
that.
football. No.
Yeah, it's man, it's a lot.
It's a trap.
Come on, man. What you cutting it out?
It was all money, man. But I mean, I get it. I mean, that's what he's been looking for. I mean, shall ask, you shall receive, right? I mean, he probably has some more offers on the table. He said he had a lot of decisions that he had to make. I mean, that was one of his tweets that he said. But I'm pretty sure that this was the most guaranteed money that anybody was probably offering. Probably the most years too. I'm pretty sure there was some teams probably offering some 2-3 year deals. Want to see where his head was. You know, probably was, like I said, wasn't that much guaranteed money too as well. But yeah, this was all about the money, man. I mean, I hate to say it, man, but he's just not gonna win there. Like he's just not gonna win there. Like, and a player like Le'Veon and a player of his magnitude and a player of his status, like I would expect him to somewhat go somewhere where he can like change a dynamic of a team. I just don't feel like, of course he's gonna get all the carries, he's gonna get all the targets, but they're not gonna win.
I mean, I think he could change the dynamic in New York though, like because now you have a dual threat back, you have a quarterback Sam Darnold who is he was accurate in college, so if he can carry that accuracy to the NFL. Stop talking about Sam Darnold. I'm just giving the facts, man.
He's bad.
Of course you're gonna look bad if you don't have any help around you.
Still don't have any help.
Le'Veon is good help.
So if Le'Veon plays last year, think he'd have made more money?
In the free agent market?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my question that I have is I wonder what the offer was that the Steelers was giving him. That they couldn't, like, what was the holdup that wouldn't allow him to sign long term with Pittsburgh? Was it guaranteed money? Was it the length in terms of years?
That's a good question.
Or was it that he didn't want to play with Big Ben?
I saw some rumor it was like $30 million. I don't know how many years it was over, but that was just a rumor.
$30 million guaranteed or $30 million total?
$30 million total.
Oh, I wouldn't have played him.
I think it was like
I wouldn't have played
I
him.
think it was like a 2 or 3
Oh.
2 year
Oh,
deal.
come on. Stop.
I mean, I don't know how much
I
money
want
guaranteed
to
was that.
be a part of it.
I mean, that's a rumor. That's a
New
rumor.
York.
That's a rumor.
Listen. If
I mean,
that
it could've
rumor
been- it
has
could've
any
been-
truth to
I
it.
mean, it could have been 20-25 million guaranteed. I mean, it could have been. I mean, I don't know.
So
It's not much more than that's not much more money guaranteed than he getting right now.
Yeah, but
I mean, I get it's the length of years. I mean,
Yeah,
and he's a running back too. I mean, I get it.
and that's a slap in the face to me. Like, if I'm Le'Veon and I'm the best running back in the league, right? Like, arguably the best running back in the league, and we were the Steelers were what? Were they in the AFC Championship game last year? The year before that?
oh, that's a good question.
I know they were in the playoffs, and I know they lost.
Nah, they had to lose in the second round.
Right.
They had to lose the second round. The NFC Championship game was with the Patriots, and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't play the Patriots in the championship game.
Okay, so they lost in the second round.
Yeah.
Okay, so we in the division round. I'm coming off a franchise tag. You franchise tag me again, and then you only offer me 3 years? Nah, I don't know if I'd have took that either.
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, no, I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, he's a running back too. I mean, we got to what Le'Veon's 27.
Is he gonna be wasting years in New York?
Do you throw your garbage out every Friday?
Will we see the same numbers that we saw in Pittsburgh?
Of course not. No, no, you will not.
Why not?
They had 2 great wide receivers stretching the field every single year he was in Pittsburgh, and he had a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, no, you're not gonna see the same numbers. Like you might see he might have like the same total of like yards, but like his yards per carry are gonna go down, yards per catch are gonna go down. Like teams are gonna be focusing just on him. Like he was 27. Yeah, so I totally understand it. Trying to get that 4th year in there. I mean, we all say that running backs have a 30. At 30, the depreciation just goes down. So I mean, he gets another year on that, so he gets 31. That's totally 100% understandable. But yeah, he just don't have the weapons around him anymore. The same. Well, we'll get into Antonio.
Oh,
Brown.
it's coming next.
Yeah, we'll get into a
It's
little bit of
coming
Antonio
next.
Brown lately, but that was when
That's coming
the,
next.
We'll say that. We'll say that for the next.
So you
for
think
the
he
next
gonna
show.
get? You think his number's still gonna be?
Yeah, I think
Same
he's still
numbers.
gonna. I mean, to Five's point, the yards gonna be there. He might have more carries. He might have fewer yards per carry, but the overall impact, yeah, that's gonna be there.
All right.
Because they giving him first down, second down,
Third down. You want to punt?
fourth down.
Come on.
This town's awful.
You want to punt?
Hey,
It sounds like a sad life.
hey,
Might play some cornerback.
bitch.
Jeez.
You seen that Wiz video and they be like, damn. They come out the car, you be like, damn. He
Yeah.
like, you all in my grill. Like, that's how he gonna be with the linebackers.
Oh, damn. Dude, that's gonna be
Damn,
tough.
you back?
And if he feels like they're gonna be losing, that's gonna take a toll. He gonna be in the media. It's New York. He gonna have some good quotes.
And hold on, we'll get to a little bit of that New
Just
York
wait till
media.
about week 8.
Hey, we'll get a little bit to that New York media
You giving them week
later
8?
too.
Wait till about week 8.
Oh, okay.
Wait till week 8.
I'm gonna give him week 4.
No, week 4 is gonna be the build up. Week 8 is gonna be pow.
Yeah, man, it's that New York media is different. It's just like the LA media, like
Ain't no just like it's worse. They got them back pages in New York, baby.
and they've been bad for a long time
Oh
too.
man, they got them back pages.
They haven't won since the Giants. They haven't won anything.
That's true.
I don't even know they've even been to the playoffs. Playoffs.
No,
Has a New York team been to the playoffs
the
with
Giants.
the Giants?
The Giants.
One time.
Yeah, when they
That one year they
South
got in with
Beach-
like 8-8 or
yeah,
something.
the South Beach game.
Oh yeah.
Where they took the trip.
They've been to the playoffs.
I forgot
And
about
we talking about except for the Yankees too.
Oh, yeah, the Yankees, baby. The
And
Yankees.
the Mets.
Yeah.
And forget about the Mets too. But football or basketball, like they haven't been to the playoffs.
What about hockey?
The Rangers? I feel
they
like
got the Islanders.
Rangers-
Yeah, the Rangers been in
Yeah, I
there.
feel like the
yeah,
Rangers
yeah.
almost got to the Stanley
No,
Cup.
they
one
was in
year.
it. They might have been in the Stanley Cup 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think they was.
Because they got Henry Lundqvist.
That's kind of bad that I know that, but
No, that's
I'm
good.
not a big hockey guy,
Hey,
but
it
yeah,
shows your
I
versatility.
do remember the Rangers being in the Stanley
So
Cup.
basically, the football team and the basketball team need to get it together. Well, Brooklyn is hooping this year.
Brooklyn got it together.
Brooklyn got it together. But the team that they want to get it together.
You see what Stephen A had a rant about it.
I got to see that one.
Yeah, you gotta watch that one. You gotta pull that one up. That was a good one.
So we gonna keep it pushing to his former teammate Antonio Brown, signed with the Raiders.
No, he got traded.
Traded, yeah, you're right. Traded. It's all and he got traded for some 3rd and the 5th round pick. You put that in on Madden right now, you're gonna get declined every time.
Decline.
They said people was getting declined when they was putting it in they draft.
Bro,
they draft board.
That was a please stay away. Please go.
Bro.
They had enough of them. I'm pretty sure some of the things that he said in the actual in the shop.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of those things were true. Like the coach telling him to go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure that was true because it was a build up.
Forget the shop. He had an ESPN
Yeah.
interview right after
Right
that.
after.
Yeah. Like he was like, I mean, it was
He
enough was enough.
He looked really happy though.
In that ESPN interview?
No, I'm
No,
talking
that
about
Raiders.
in
That
that Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Like he looked
Oh, yeah.
like for real happy. Like
Oh yeah.
And, you know, Gruden used to those type of guys too, man. Like Gruden is one of those coaches where like he kind of like relishes on that a little bit. He'd rather you be like that than be like a laid back
Yeah.
type of guy.
Yeah,
He'd rather
bro.
you be in your face. He likes those type of personalities.
As long as you perform, he likes it.
As long as you perform. If you don't perform, you will hear about it. He will put you in the media.
What?
He will talk about you. I mean,
Oh,
he
he don't
is
dog
that type of coach.
He will also pay you to go home.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
he's
that type of
got
coach.
what 30 mil fully guaranteed.
Hold on, and you said earlier, you said the Oakland Raiders. Let's call them by their new
Vegas,
They're the Vegas Raiders.
Vegas.
Not right, not yet.
We
Not
They,
thinking to the
not,
future.
they might as well be. They might as well be. Everybody moving out of Oakland. They ain't gonna have nothing but a baseball team.
So-
next year.
Like I know on the shop, AB was talking about Ben throwing passes to the D lineman. Where's the guy's name? Do you think?
Don't. Derek Rivers 2 years ago.
Carr.
I mean, Derek Carr. I'm
Phillip
sorry.
Rivers on your
Got a
mind?
name.
I had Phillip on the brain.
Yeah, because he gonna throw them joints to Mandalay Bay. I'll tell you that.
Derek Carr was finished second in the MVP race.
He
2 years
did.
ago.
He did
2 years ago.
about last year.
That was 3 years ago, actually. Let's talk about that on ESPN.
About last year.
Shit, who's he throwing it to? Jared Cook and
He was awful last year.
I mean, who was he throwing it to?
46%.
He was awful.
Who was he? Name your receiver on the open rate.
Hell, Rudolph, red-nosed reindeer, for all I care. He was awful.
They had Cooper for half the season.
Who?
Mark Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Mark Cooper for half the season. Jordy Nelson. Yeah. Jared Cook.
I mean, that was his best target right there.
I mean, so how y'all like how the Raiders are shaping up as far as a team? So we see Le'Veon go to the Jets. We have all concluded that the Jets are gonna be the Jets, right? They're not gonna win no games. They're not gonna be playing in the playoffs.
Nah.
Right? Now the Raiders. How y'all feel about
There's
that?
a chance.
I actually think the Raiders are going to make noise next year because you got Carr, you got AB, you signed a left tackle. Well, you signed a new tackle. They don't know if he's gonna play left or right, but I'm assuming he's gonna play left tackle. They still have 3 first-round draft picks.
All right.
So they can address, like, they can choose whether they want to go defense now, and then they still have some third rounders. They still got, because they got a third from Pittsburgh,
Third and a fifth.
right? A
Yeah.
third and a fifth from Pittsburgh. But then they got, what did they get from? They got a third rounder from the Bears, so they'll have 3 third rounders. So like they'll have picks where they can really start to focus in on some of those gaps and holes that they have.
Gotta be defense. Their defense was awful.
It has to be.
It will be defense.
Yeah.
They need a running back too.
They definitely run.
They need a running back too. But they got 3 first rounders. They can
Make it happen.
solidify that in the first round.
So I mean, some of that they go way too. I mean, you could probably get a decent running back in the third round.
I'm really surprised they didn't go after Ingram or Le'Veon. I heard that they were going after Le'Veon, but I'm surprised they didn't go after one of those 2 running backs.
Well, see, I think the only reason they didn't go after one of those 2 running backs is because they signed Trent Brown to that large contract,
Yeah,
and so they wanted to shore up the whole line.
shred salary.
So yeah, when you do that, you can't.
Yeah, you need to protect Carr at all
Oh
costs.
yeah.
Man, he's gotta perform now.
Oh, yeah.
He's gotta get back to that, say, MVP level.
And you got to get back.
But he had an injury 2 years ago, though, right?
Yes.
Shoulder?
No, I think it was his foot.
Yeah, he had an
It was
injury 2
his foot.
years ago. So, I mean, he was still trying to get back into the motions a little bit from that almost MVP season that he had. But, he's got to perform this year. He's got to perform this year.
So AB's numbers. What they looking like?
Are they gonna look the same?
Look the same?
Oh yeah.
Same.
What? They might even be better.
That's what I was trying to get
Hey,
to.
they
There we
might
go.
even be
Better?
What?
Man.
Hey, I was watching First Things First. They said John Gruden, like AB would go the whole first quarter in Pittsburgh, and this is true. AB would go the whole first quarter in Pittsburgh without seeing a target,
This is true.
right? And the man still ended up with 100 receptions,
Yeah.
right? John Gruden might throw that man a ball in the first quarter about 15 times.
That is true. All that stuff is very true. But there also were games where they were picking on DBs with Antonio Brown too. Like,
Oh yeah.
It'd be like they would motion him over to the weak side. I saw him do it at the Redskins game. They probably did it like 7 times. Motion him off of Norman onto the weaker DB, and they would throw it to him. It didn't matter what route he was running. It didn't matter where they was at the field. So I mean, they feature him at times, but it was times where he got lost in the offense. But that shows you how many weapons Pittsburgh really had. They had a lot of weapons. They weren't like a one-man show.
Yeah.
They just had a lot of guys. They second and third wide receivers were good. I mean, you talk about Juju. Juju was outstanding the last 2 seasons. So, but great move for the Raiders. Great move for the Raiders. They are preparing for Vegas. At all costs. They have to sell tickets. They know they have to bring in some big name guys, and they are doing that. So shout out to them. That's a great move for them.
Best receiver in the league?
No.
No.
Whew. What think about?
Julio.
Right.
I'm gonna go Julio. don't know if Antonio even the second.
No, he's not.
I might will go Hopkins.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely D-Hop.
I might will go Hopkins at 2.
What separates them?
Antonio and Hopkins?
Yeah.
I think the quality of quarterback they've had compared to the numbers that they put up.
Mm-hmm.
That's my separation.
Watson trash. I will continue to say that. I will continue to say that. I will say that till the day this podcast ends. Hopkins is trash.
I ain't gonna call him trash.
Trash.
He beat bad.
Trash.
Trash?
Yeah,
His coach
trash.
calls him Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Football.
We gonna keep it moving.
Vince Young be USC. That
Vince Young wasn't trash.
he was trash.
Man, he just got let go too.
Who,
He
Vince
was
Young?
working. He was working with the with Texas, with the college, and I think it was like some type of
Scandal.
nah. It was his position was like an ambassador, whatever it was. He had too many unexcused absences, so they let that man go.
Trash.
Yeah.
You can let go to college level. He can't even coach there.
We gonna keep it pushing, man. Odell, man, to the Browns. That was solid. That was solid.
He gotta stop all that dancing, man.
That was
I don't
solid.
give a damn where the hell he
That
goes.
was solid.
Oh, he gonna dance in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
He
first,
got
third
stopped
round
all
pick,
that.
Jabril Peppers. Man,
He gonna dance. Ain't nothing to do in Cleveland.
I think he's gonna focus more, kind of like the J.R. Swift route.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly going to say. That like, if anything, Cleveland should tone him down a little
Yeah.
bit. 'Cause
I mean, he's gonna dance, but I
He's
just
gonna
think
dance.
the coverage in Cleveland ain't gonna be like it is in New
like
York.
New York. Yeah, I mean,
so.
I don't need to see him dancing it for 20, 30 minutes before the game starts. Like,
Hey,
I don't
the
need to see
Cleveland
it.
Browns might be on Hard Knocks again. Okay,
They need to be.
they might be on Hard Knocks again.
Somebody asked, what bad did Odell really do in New York, though? Like, they was like, look at the grand scheme of things, like, what did he actually do that was that bad?
How he performed.
I mean, like, they were talking about, like, the antics. Like,
I'm just gonna be honest with you. The thing that hurt Odell in New York was the fact that they weren't winning, and he only had like 2 healthy seasons, 2 seasons where he, wasn't injured. So that's the only knock on him for me. I don't think he's that bad of a guy. Like his attitude, I just come on, man. You got to let these. I'm a Tom Brady fan, and if you mad at Odell for slamming his helmet, hollering at somebody, come on, man. I've seen a number of Patriots games where Tom Brady comes to the sideline, throwing his helmet, cursing.
Anybody.
I mean,
Football is that type of sport.
Yeah, you want passionate people. Like I don't understand these people that don't want somebody that's passionate about the game, that doesn't like to lose. Like I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like you just want somebody to be like, oh yeah, we lost. I'm sorry. We do better next time. Like no, give me some passion.
It's the position scheme and it's a city scheme too. Like he plays wide receiver, so he's not supposed to be that angry, or he plays in New York, so he has to maintain a certain poise. But to me, like nobody ever like pointed to Manning and said, Manning's the reason they've been losing, and he absolutely been the reason they've been losing. Yeah, the past 2 years.
They
Like,
need to get a
awful.
quarterback.
He been awful.
They need to get a quarterback.
Awful.
Quarterback.
You hear me? Awful. You hear me?
Quarterback.
Awful.
So, again, the Browns, Landry, Odell reunited again, played at LSU together. So, they got Hunt, Chubb.
That's the biggest thing. Kareem Hunt, even though they're going to miss him for probably 6 to 8 games.
Oh yeah, definitely. 6
Yeah, he's definitely missing 6 to 8 games.
Man.
But when he come back though, like if they are in any position to like make the playoffs or make a big push, like man, they're gonna be dangerous, man. He's an instant fit too. Like
Oh,
Hunt's an easy guy to plug.
oh,
in.
easy.
Yeah, he's an easy guy to plug in.
What?
Yeah, it's about an easy running back you can get in the league to plug in. So they upgrade on the talent level, but they still gotta play. You still gotta play the game.
It's only one ball, right?
One ball.
One ball.
Gotta play
But
the
you know,
games.
I think that's the best thing for the Browns though is they have a receiving duo that has played together already.
Mhm.
They are best friends. Like they are brothers for real. So it's not like they will be jealous of each other. They're not gonna be like, oh, he got 10 balls, oh I need 10, oh he had 20 targets, I need 20. It's not gonna be that. Like Jarvis gonna get his, Odell gonna get his, and they're gonna be happy for each other. Like it's not, you don't have to worry about any competition. You don't have to worry about them. Do they like each other? Are they gonna get along, hang out? Will they coincide? You don't have to worry about none of that. Them dudes is good.
I agree.
So let me ask you this: they winning their division?
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
How many games they winning? How many games right now?
11-5.
11-5.
11-5.
11-5. 5. What you got?
And before you answer that, they did also get Olivier Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense has gotten better on the ends. Because they have Myles Garrett already, and they added Olivier Vernon. 11-5.
I like what the Ravens did.
Ingram.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I like what the Ravens did. I don't know if I'm ready to say the Browns are just necessarily just gonna just jump in and win the division just off talent. I gotta see it.
But the Ravens got rid of Suggs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gone. And they got rid of Eric Weddle.
Yeah. I don't.
Gone.
They still gonna.
They got rid of Flacco too. Gone.
Yeah, they got to get rid of him. He was bum.
And
But-
can anybody name you a receiver they have over there? No.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. That's him.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Same receivers the Jets got.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
But I don't know. Their defense is just always solid. Just no matter what the personnel is, like they always plug in and
Suggs though.
they always play well. Like so, that's just getting up there in age. I mean,
Oh, they lost C.J. Mosley too. They lost their linebacker too.
All right. Well, you,
I still don't know if I'm ready to say the Browns. I just don't know.
that's your final answer.
That is my final answer.
You want to ask you in the week?
No.
How many games they winning?
Who? The
Browns.
Ravens? The Browns? I'll say anywhere between 8 to 10. I don't think they're just gonna jump in on 11 games though. No.
How many did they win last year?
7.
6 or 7.
Because they got the
They
tie.
won that last game.
They were 6 or 7. They just upgraded that roster. I say they can win 11 and 12 games.
Still gotta perform.
Yeah.
Still gotta perform. Just because you upgrade your roster don't mean you're gonna win games.
But they got a hungry quarterback is ready to prove people, and they got.
I love their talent. I
They
love
was-
their talent.
They were 7-8-1.
7, 8, and 1.
Ah man,
I'll say they at least prove 2 wins. I at least give them 9 wins.
I like the 11 number. Think they'll win the division.
That's kind of high.
11 and 5.
That's high. Man. 11 and 5. Name me some teams that won 11 and 5 last year in the NFL.
The Patriots, the
Bears.
Chargers, the Bears, the Raiders. Patriots, the Chargers, the Bears, not the Rams, not the Raiders, the Rams,
The Chiefs.
the Chiefs,
Saints.
the Saints.
I'm not ready to say they're as good as any of those teams. I'm not ready to say they're as good as any of those teams.
They have just as much, if not offensive firepower, as the Chiefs. And you're not ready, and they have a better defense
Yeah.
than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And you're not ready to say that they will go 11 and 5?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Alright.
I don't think they're better than any of those teams this year. Not last year, this year. I don't think they're better than any of those teams.
I think Mayfield is about to have an outstanding year.
Light it up.
We'll see. I just don't see it.
Outstanding.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right, give them to week 40 in, but they about to get money. Money.
I mean, I think they're gonna be good. I just don't see them being better than any of those teams. Those were some of the elite teams in the NFL last year.
I mean, some of those teams were surprises though.
Who?
The Bears.
The Bears are definitely surprised.
Nobody.
I mean,
The Chiefs were a surprise too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs were good last year though. They were good the
Yeah,
year
but
before
they
that.
switched quarterbacks. Nobody knew what to expect from Mahomes.
The Bears. People didn't have the Bears.
I mean, they were returning Hunt. Hunt was coming in his second year. Like Hill was getting a year older. Like we knew the Chiefs were gonna be. We didn't know what to expect from.
Yeah, we know
From
Mahomes.
we know Mahomes gonna be that good.
Yeah.
But we knew like if they were getting rid of Alex Smith, that he was ready, and it would be a chance.
And then I mean, even if you go like
But the Bears added the best defensive player in the league.
yeah, but nobody.
And they were already good
But
defensively.
nobody expected.
Nobody had them winning.
And
Nobody. Even
Wait,
when they
you had
added,
them
I
winning.
did.
You had them winning 10 games.
I had them winning 11-12. But I was as far.
he's a Bears fan.
But no, I was realistic because I thought their
mean-
defense was already good. And then when they got Mac, I had them winning 10 games till they had
And they
Mac.
did, I mean,
I understand it, but let's be
I'm
honest.
a
The
homer.
Bears offense was probably like their defense was good last year. Them adding Mac, and people probably said, yeah, they could win another game or two, right? But their offense was probably, I wouldn't say more of a surprise, but their offense was the surprise.
but yeah,
Trubisky
but to
developed
me,
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Trubisky. It has nothing. Their offense has nothing to do with Trubisky. It has everything to do with their coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
Their
that's what
coach-
we ain't know what to expect.
Their coach he was an offensive coach. You knew what to expect with Nagy. You knew Nagy was going to be an offensive
I
coach.
mean, I've seen offensive coaches fail.
I mean, yeah, you have. But when you have a good defense on your side, you can try anything.
I mean, how many? You ain't have them winning 12 games.
No, I didn't know they were gonna be that good, but
Yeah,
I knew
I'm
that.
saying.
But I knew their defense was gonna be really
So
good.
I mean, that's why I said looking at the Browns, like they can do that.
I knew they have a chance to win that division.
Oh yeah.
I had the Vikings, and then I had the Bears and the Packers around the same because I thought the Packers were gonna take a dive.
I have
and they
seen
did.
some people putting the Browns in the AFC Championship though. Now that's tough.
Come on, man.
That's tough to do that.
Um,
I just can't say that off the bat.
I mean, the Chiefs gonna be there. The Patriots gonna be there.
When the last time a team did that? When the last time a team went from below 500 to the AFC Championship game?
When last time you played Madden?
Man,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, it's been a long time,
we
right?
need a statistician to pull that. Okay.
We need what's his name? What's his name, Ray?
Underdog?
Underdog. Yeah, we need underdog to get on that.
Man,
But yeah, that's gonna be a tall feat, man. That's a tall feat, man.
I mean, think about it.
the
Okay.
land is back.
Patriots ain't going nowhere.
Chiefs
No.
ain't going
Chiefs
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere. Like,
You know what? I don't know about that one. I
Chiefs?
do not. Yes, I do
Chiefs
not know
ain't
about
going
that.
nowhere.
Their defense has.
They gotta get better on defense.
You gotta get better.
and they got rid of they got rid of
Barry.
they got
Barry
rid
was
of
hurt all
Barry.
year last year though.
They got, but I'm saying they got rid of Barry, they got rid of D Ford, and they got rid of Justin Houston. Bro,
Yeah,
who do they got?
Justin Houston was a big blow.
The only they they brought in Tyrann Mathieu, but I mean he can't play in. They need somebody to play in. They got rid of both of their ends.
We'll see what they do in the draft. We have to see what they do in the draft, but I mean, they're still gonna score 30 points a game.
Yeah,
Like,
and they gonna still give up.
they were giving up the points last year.
That's my point. They gonna give up more now.
I mean,
Yeah, they ain't got no edge rushers.
They ain't got no. You can't. We don't even know an edge rush on their team right
they
now.
weren't stopping the nosebleed last year, y'all. They was winning all games because of
I mean,
points.
at least D Ford was able to get some rush to the quarterback and at least they were able to get maybe 1 or 2 timely
They
stops.
wasn't getting enough because all the good teams they was playing was scoring
40.
40 fucking points. They couldn't stop a nosebleed last year. They're not gonna be able to stop a nosebleed this year.
So they gonna give up 50 and got to score 60. That's what you're saying.
I mean, that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. You know, Mahomes about that life. You know.
So winners and losers so far in free agency, and let's not forget that Nick Foles is now a Jaguar.
So the Jaguars lost.
I can't name a receiver on the Jaguars, man.
So
they got the
that's-
same receivers as the Jets and the Ravens.
Diddy Westbrook.
Oh yeah, they do got Westbrook, no Russ.
So they're losers.
They're losing.
They're losers
Good God.
in free agency so far.
Who's the biggest winner so far?
It's got to be the Browns.
I would say the Browns.
It has to
Yeah.
be the Browns.
Followed by the Raiders.
Raiders.
Big splash. Big splash for them. They needed that. They lost Amari Cooper last year. Like, they needed to fill that void. And not only did they fill it, they exceeded.
And they got Tyrell.
And they got Tyrell Williams.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Tyrell Williams.
But he's going to be the third option, though. And a third option wide receiver.
Go ahead.
They still got Jordy Nelson.
No, Jordy got cut today, brother.
Jordy got cut?
5 minutes ago.
No, yeah. 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay. They had to get rid of him.
he was out of there.
So Tyrell, second option.
Yeah.
Still good options, though. They gotta get a running back, though.
Hey, I just want to let Ed Will know this Duke game is now tied. I just want to say that. My boy!
Could be a quick
Hey,
quick
hey
exit for
before we
them.
started,
Could be a quick
he
exit
said
for
Zion
them.
got 16. They was dogging their ass.
Hey, could be a quick
Hey,
exit for them.
RJ Barrett must be out there shooting
Gunning.
shooting bricks, all white bricks. You hear me? Oh my God.
They might ain't get a chance to see us, man.
Carolina won.
Oh yeah, we won already.
And we won again on senior night,
W's.
beating the Duke Blue Devils.
I've never
senior night.
I have never seen.
And where were we playing at?
I have
Where we
never
playing
seen
at?
Drew
In the
Williams.
Dean
Unreal.
Smith Center.
Hey man, I only get notifications when they win. I keep telling you, man.
Yeah, man.
Only get notifications when they win, man.
Woo.
Yeah, 46.
Tough.
Oh man,
Tragic.
Jesus.
But back to your winners, man. Who do y'all have? Obviously, we got the Browns and the Raiders.
Raiders.
We got any? Do we got underdogs?
I like the Ravens.
I like what the Ravens.
I like what the Ravens did with Ingram and Earl Thomas. Who else we got out there? I hate what the Giants did. You give up Odell and you sign Golden Tate. What is he, the third? Second? Jesus. Golden Tate, huh?
I think I'm gonna say this, right? They were in a lose-lose situation. I feel what Odell's back.
Well, that's why they the losers of our free agency.
No, but what I'm saying when I say that is, I think Odell, you had to sign Odell to that contract.
Right.
You had to. Otherwise, I feel like Odell would have been like Le'Veon. He might have sat out, even though he was still under contract and it was his 5th year. I think you had to sign him, right?
All right.
The other thing is, I think you had to trade him. And the reason I think you had to trade him is because I think the Giants, I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback this year. I think they're going to wait till next year to draft Tua. And so you have to lose. Is Odell going to be comfortable with losing? And you have, do you want to deal with that in the New York media with everything that already is in the New York media about Odell? I think they were truly in a lose-lose situation. People will say, why sign him to the contract if you're going to turn around and trade him? I get that. But if you don't sign him and he don't play, then you lose him for nothing.
Right.
If you keep him and y'all lose, and now he's, throwing these tantrums as they call it,
Fits.
or, doing all of this, you lose. Now you're trying to tell them, hey, we got a plan, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're tanking for Tua, right?
Another thing though, from that, the Giants just weren't healthy last year.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like if they were healthy the entire year, as bad as that division was, they could have won that division.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do think that. I don't think the Giants were as bad as their record says they were, talent-wise, but I mean, they got off to a bad start, which wasn't good for them, and then they got injuries.
Yeah.
So I feel like that had a lot to do with it. So I felt like the Giants could have won some ball games.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. I felt like they could have made a little small push to the playoffs. I feel like they didn't have to get rid of them.
You talking about last year they could have made?
I'm
Or you
talking about
this
this year. I'm talking about this upcoming year. I mean, there's no what team in the NFC East has really made any big splashes.
I mean, the return of Jason Witten.
I mean, that's gonna
Maybe not.
I mean,
Jason Witten.
That is a mentorship role.
they had a video where they had an old man. They gave an old man like a carry in a flag football game. He was running about a half a mile a second.
Jason Witten.
They said this is gonna be Jason Witten the first game back. The man had been about 80.
Man.
But yeah, I mean, nobody in the NFC East really made any splashes yet. I mean,
Now the Redskins,
They re-signed AP.
and they signed what's buddy name? The safety, Landon Collins.
Crowder's gone though.
Yeah, Crowder.
Yeah.
He's actually with the Jets.
He's with the Jets.
Oh, look,
That's
boy!
Look at that.
Look at that.
They
The Jets
got-
got a receiver.
Yeah, they're a little midget Crowder.
trash, dude.
Crowder is trash.
Yeah, he was trash.
He their best receiver though. He gonna be
He
their
was
best.
hurt last year.
Yeah.
Trash.
Jesus.
See your best receiver, he in trouble. It's gobbo time.
I mean, he was the best receiver in Washington. They was making noise.
Define noise.
Before Alex Smith got hurt, they was winning games. They was leading the division.
That's how bad that
That
division
division
is.
was-
That's what we try to say. If the Giants could have stayed healthy for the entire year, they could have won that division.
But so I think I agree with that last year. But I think the Giants really, you're in that position where you do have to start planning for the future. This is Eli's last year on his contract. clearly Eli is not gonna ask for a pay cut. You're not gonna cut him, so you gotta let him play. And so you're stuck in that mode, right? Like, if you're not sold on Dwayne Haskins, right? That, like, just look at the crop of quarterbacks that came out last year. Josh Rosen, they weren't sold on. Sam Darnold wasn't sold on. Josh Allen wasn't sold on. And it was one more. I can't think of it right now. But they wasn't sold on. None of the young quarterbacks that came out last year, right? Kyler Murray might not be there when they get there to 6, right? And then, so you're saying, okay, do I draft Dwayne Haskins at 6? I think if they don't draft Dwayne Haskins, they're not taking the quarterback, right? So which lets us know that they're waiting for Tua to come out the next year. Mm-hmm. So you have to lose enough games to be able to draft, to be in position, because Tua's going number 1, period.
That's true.
Right? So you have to have the first overall pick. And to your point, if they were healthy, the Giants are going to win too many games. Mm. They're going to win too many games. So that's what I'm saying. They were stuck in that. They were stuck in that limbo. Like, do we keep him and hope that he is understanding the process, or do we let him go and we just roll with what we get?
But I feel like if they healthy this year, they're gonna win too many games to be able to draft them. I mean, they still got some talent. They still got Shepard. They still got Ingram. Like
Eli.
They still got Barkley. I mean, Eli just got awful. But I mean, when you throw into those guys, I mean, you don't have to be like spectacular. Like, I feel like they're gonna win too many games this year. I mean, if they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big if. I mean, it really is. I mean, because they haven't been able to stay healthy the last 2 years. So, but yeah, man, I feel like they're gonna win too many games again. Like,
Now I did read a story that said if Josh Rosen is on the market, they would be interested in acquiring him. Now that, to me, would be a backwards move. I'll be honest. Because you don't if you're interested in Josh Rosen, then I think you have to hold on to Odell until that door is shut.
I feel like they kind of think that. They're going to win too many games and to be able to draft Tua next year.
No, but I'm saying like, so what I'm saying is Josh Rosen is on the Cardinals. So if they feel like the Cardinals is going to draft Kyler and they can get Josh Rosen for whatever, if I was a Giants GM, I would have held on to Odell until that Josh Rosen door was closed and then traded him. Like, you still could have traded Odell before the start of the season. You didn't have to trade him right now. You could have let the draft happen. You could have did what you wanted to do. And then after the draft, you said, okay, we don't have our quarterback for the future. Let's get rid of Odell. You could have did that.
Makes sense. Until then, I'm calling them the Little Giants.
Well,
Not the New York Giants, the Little Giants. Because they about to definitely take some L's this year. Healthy, not healthy, I've lost all faith in Eli as an NFL quarterback.
Should have been.
It's like the best. He was one of the best, worst quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
Wow.
He is. He's won 2 rings.
He up there with Joe Flacco?
One of the best. Nah, he's a better, best, worst quarterback than Joe Flacco. Best, worst quarterback.
so Joe Flacco is the best, worst. I don't know if you.
No, Eli is the best, worst.
I'm just thinking about some of the quarterbacks who have won rings. That's really all I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, like Flacco, like at least Eli did it twice. And he did it against the Patriots.
He has some of the most lucky.
He got the luckiest Super Bowl.
Best, worst, bro.
The luckiest.
I guess it's better to be lucky than
Look,
be
Flacco's was whew, he barely got that one.
Man,
That was pass interference.
With that 49ers game?
Yeah.
he was dropping some
That
dimes
was
off in the playoffs, though. I was impressed.
Yeah, he did have a good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
just like Eli. I mean,
Yeah.
Eli played good in the playoffs too.
Best, worst.
No.
Yeah, Eli has some good playoff
His
games.
defense played great.
Eli has some good playoff games too.
Best, worst.
So because I'm still confused. Who's the worst of the two?
Flacco.
Oh, okay.
Flacco. I'm gonna start something with that. Best, worst. Eli.
Yeah. 5. How you feel about the coach getting Devin no hand punches?
Oh, they did get funches.
I don't know what we're doing.
Hey, the Colts had $101 million in cap space,
Funches.
and y'all signed Devin Funches.
Straight out of
They
Carolina.
out here making magic and Palinka. Man,
Funches, man.
it is what it is, though. I mean, it's an upgrade from what we had, though. Yeah.
Y'all still got T.Y.
Yeah, I mean, of course, still got T.Y. But it's an upgrade from Charles Rogers and the rest of the other guys.
Dontrell Henry.
Funches. Sound like a bag of chips.
He also had a good, bad quarterback throwing the ball, too.
Who? Cam Newton?
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him in best worst though. But good bad. I like good
Y'all
bad.
about to disrespect Cam Newton?
Nah. Cam just don't wanna he don't wanna win, that's all. He don't wanna he protecting the brand. He doing what he gotta do, protect the brand.
His throwing arm ain't what it used to be.
I mean,
Protect the brand. He needs some receivers though.
he need to have surgery.
Hey, that too. Stop wearing them hats. Goof ass
Hey,
outfits.
his throwing arm ain't what it used to be.
Because he needs surgery.
That's his call.
You know why he needs surgery? 'Cause
I know he got doctors telling him he needed it.
that's karma. He wouldn't need surgery if he'd have dove for that ball in the Super Bowl.
If he'd have dove for that ball in the Super Bowl, that shoulder would have been dislocated.
It's okay
Get
though.
over with.
The karma would have came back in a
You
good
know
way.
who was coming after him in that Super Bowl?
Von Miller. He was going to tear that shoulder up. And DeMarcus Webb was on the other side.
Was you watching?
Man,
Because
that
I was
wasn't-
watching.
I wouldn't know.
They was waiting on him to die.
I get it.
Boy.
It was a business decision. I got it. It was a business
No, it wasn't that. Well, that was an OBJ had a business decision.
No, the Odell's might have been worse. Odell's was
Now,
worse.
that was a business decision.
That might have been
business
Now,
decision.
that was a business decision.
Nah, Odell's was laying like right there, and it's like it might have been like somebody like 2 yards away or something.
He swiped it like a cat.
Look, he
Some
tried,
cat
he,
dip.
look, he tried to slide it out of bounds or something. Hurry up! Like he had no time to do that. Like Cam had to really like.
Yeah, that's what I know I'm getting traded next year. Move. I ain't dying for y'all.
Best, worst, good, bad. So
Who else is in this best worst category? I think
best, worst. I gotta think on it now because Eli's definitely like. If I had a campaign trail, he would be like the face of the best, worst.
Nah,
You gotta be somebody else.
Yeah, but off the top of the dome, because he's won 2 rings. Like that is like a perfect combination of you win 2 rings and you can't make the playoffs. Like it's either or with him.
What about Terry Bradshaw?
Nah, I actually like Terry Bradshaw.
I would put him in best, worst.
And he played winning football
You
too.
ever seen Terry Bradshaw's numbers?
I mean,
His
but
numbers bad, but he played winning football too. He would die for that ball that
They can't win the die for.
and pull it back up.
and I gotta think. That's worse. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
This is Super Bowl winning quarterback on?
I don't know. There's no criteria. That's just the first thing popped in my head with Eli. So,
Trent Dilfer.
oh,
Yeah, he got to be up there.
that's worse. I don't know if he's best though. Like best worst. Ugh.
You got a challenging question.
Cause Eli always, to me, he was so like, cause he was a man, and I always felt like that potential was already like always there.
But he had some good
He had some
seasons.
solid
He had some
seasons.
good
You know what I'm saying? Like Trent Dilfer Dimes. I hate him.
Yeah,
Analyst.
I got a controversial one.
All right.
Colin Kaepernick.
He is not going in my best work. Disrespect.
I mean,
He went to the Super Bowl and he ain't never made the playoffs again.
Never.
No,
No, they went to
they went to the playoffs again, didn't
they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
went to the NFC Championship 3 seasons in a row.
Championship.
Nah,
Yeah,
he can't be
yeah.
in my best worst.
Why not?
Cause it's with like Eli, it was like all or nothing. At least Kaepernick, I mean, showed consistency, like getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, for 3 years.
And then he started kneeling, and then they kicked him out.
He was trash. Even the year before he started kneeling, he was trash.
He
Awful.
definitely wasn't that good.
The coach quit because how bad he was.
His last year though, when he was kneeling, they wasn't starting him. He did decent that year when he started getting.
The coach had left, or Harbaugh had left.
But I'm saying that year though, that year when he was playing, he played solid.
I have to go back and look at
Yeah, he played solid when he played that year. But the year
it.
before that, with
I
Harbaugh,
don't
he was-
believe you. But
No, he did.
I have to go back and look
He
at
played. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like he was like no all pro or
it.
nothing.
He was
like
trash.
that.
He was trash. The
That
next
year, the year he was talking about though, he was trash.
Yeah, he was awful.
He fell off.
He
like
was
that
awful.
though.
Awful.
I wouldn't put him in best worst though. I don't think he's played long enough to be a best worst.
Jay Cutler.
He just worse.
Thank you. Bad to
Yeah,
worst.
he's just bad.
He got nothing good to say about
He
him.
had
Coming
2
around
good
these
years.
parts.
He had 2 or 3 good years. 2 good years with the Broncos. He had 1 with the Bears.
Still worse.
Damn. Man, you know
He had
what?
just as many good years as Kaepernick
I
did.
almost said something.
But, yo,
He played way longer than Cap.
He had. Yeah, he did. I mean, so
Man,
he
been around for a decade.
I mean, it ain't his fault teams still getting them chances.
I ain't looking like a substitute
I mean,
teacher.
yeah.
Hey man, can we go on to the Go Talk, man? I ain't about to sit here and talk about Jay Cutler, man. Bringing back bad memories.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson wasn't that bad. I mean, he was bad, but he wasn't that bad.
That's worse.
Nah, I can't put him there.
Flacco and Eli, like, really,
What? I need to know the qualifications.
I don't know
for
yet,
best
man.
worst.
I don't know.
What about Sexy Rex?
Rex Grossman.
Worse.
What about,
I don't.
what about
Oh,
Sexy Rex?
see,
Dude, if you're gonna say Sexy Rex is like best worst, I mean, you gotta say Cutler is
I
best
can't.
worst. Because
I
Cutler had a better season than him. Cutler had a better season than him.
yeah, I can't put.
Hey, Sexy Rex got y'all there though.
He had an amazing year, and it rained in Miami for the Super Bowl. Out of all years,
Yeah.
it rained.
Got y'all there though.
It rained.
It rained.
Sexy Rex.
All right. I'm gonna get. I'm
That's worse.
Listen, hold on. Here we go. Russell Wilson.
Nah, Russell Wilson's good. He legit.
You legit?
Yeah, he legit. Yeah, he legit.
Uh,
He just don't have no O line now.
Alright, well,
he be
okay.
he be running for his life now.
Alright. What about this one? Ben Roethlisberger.
Been a Hall of Famer.
I can't go best worst.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Can't go best worst.
Eli, like you gotta think like Eli and Flacco, Flacco got paid off the
He
his.
did get paid.
Man,
He
getting
still getting
You
paid.
see what I'm saying? Eli.
He bet up. He bet on himself and he won.
Hey, Eli, I mean, dog, like how do you win 2 Super Bowls the way he won them and then you cannot make the
And
playoffs?
he's still getting paid too.
Yeah, like I don't know if we've ever seen this. Like
gotta be
Is Mark Sanchez in it? He went to the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row.
he did.
Mark Sanchez?
Yes.
But he didn't win though. Like
With
you
the Jets.
when you say best worst, I think they have to win a Super Bowl. Cause you got
That's what I'm
worst.
saying. I
Yeah,
need
you
to
gotta
know
win a
this
Super
right.
Bowl.
I need to know this criteria.
At least
I need to
yeah,
know
at
this
least
criteria.
Yeah, because you can't be the best and then not. Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Sanchez.
Man, you known for the buff on. I ain't messing around, dude. Get him out of here, man.
Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez came up on this podcast.
He was in the championship game.
Let's get to the go talk.
Man, we need NBA playoffs to start. Golly.
Let's get to the go talk.
Get to the go talk. Oh, that's worse. I like that.
We need to
Hashtag best worst.
Best worst.
Doesn't.
Andy Dalton.
Ooh, he ain't won nothing, but he would definitely be in the running if they ever got anywhere near a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He would be in the running. Cool runnings, Andy Dalton. Best worst. Who you got?
Andy Dalton pretty trash. He's had the luxury of having some pretty good wide receivers.
Andy Dalton out there looking like what's his name from Shameless? He looking like Ian Gallagher.
I've never
You
seen
never seen
Shameless.
Shameless?
No.
Look up Ian Gallagher with the red hair. You look just like Andy Dalton. All of y'all that watch Shameless, y'all know what I'm talking about. You look just like Andy Dalton. Probably throw a better pass than him too.
Jesus.
We like one of the Lost Boys from Hook.
I've never seen him.
You see Hook? Oh man.
They remaking Hook actually. Ain't they? With Jay Black?
What?
Let's get to the go.
This is Andy Dalton accuracy. Like I gotta throw this at the
Come
camera.
on, man.
I
Come
gotta
on,
go.
man. Stop. Mess up the camera.
You know what the ref gonna do?
Ain't no start over.
He go incomplete. It's gonna be incomplete.
Oh, man.
Who you got, man?
All right, this go talk is gonna be a role player goat.
Oh, that's a rough.
Roll.
I like Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford.
Cool out, Booth.
Don't disrespect Lou Williams like that.
He's a role player.
I will say, since you said Lou Williams, he is the best 6 man of all time.
All time.
I would say that.
Class of 05 too.
I will say that.
Shout out. Class of 05.
And to me, it's not even as close as people might make it think with Jamal Crawford.
Not even close.
I will say that.
Switching my
That's all I got to say on that.
All right.
Honey iced tea.
Switching a little gears. All right. Player number 1. All right. All rookie first team. Rookie of the year. Career averages is 13 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Played 15 seasons. No rings.
Oh,
Player number 2, all rookie first team, one-time All-Star. Career was 14 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Played 14 seasons in the NBA. I'll give you a clue.
I got the first one.
You got the first one?
Yep, I got the first one. You said role player? Larry Johnson.
Nope. I'll give you a clue. Both players are point guards.
It's not
Figured that was
It's
the
not
assist numbers.
Jason Williams. He ain't played for 14 seasons.
You said the first one made which one made the All-Star team?
Second,
And what was the numbers?
14 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds.
Rookie of the year.
Chucky Atkins. No, I ain't Chucky Atkins.
Chucky Atkins. Dude, how are you?
All right, wait. I got the first one. I got player 1.
You got the first one?
Mark Jackson.
Nope.
What the hell?
Rookie of the year?
Yep. You want me to tell you what year?
Please, I was gonna ask that.
I can't just tell you the year. You
Alright.
don't get that then.
80s, 90s?
90s.
90s rookie of the year, huh?
Damon Stoudemire?
That is player number 1.
Okay.
All right, what was player number 2 again?
Damn, Davis, I played 14 seasons.
Player number 2, one-time All-Star, first team All-Rookie. Career is 14 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds.
Steve Francis.
Nah.
Role player?
Francis Ryan Rookie of the year.
14, how many?
14 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds.
Point guard.
Is this a throwback guard, like 80s?
90s again.
Strickland?
A little bit of 2000s.
Okay. No. A little bit of 2000s.
Strickland was around in 2000.
Mike Bibby.
I'm a Rod Strickland fan, so I would never put Rod Strickland in this type of category.
Mike Bibby.
It's
I'm
not.
out of my game after Rod Strickland a little bit, to be honest with you.
I don't think Mike Bibby was rookie first.
All right, I'll give you another hint. Both players are left-handed.
Oh shit. I mean, shoot. Left-handed.
Oh man, it's a rated R show, man. You ain't got to excuse yourself.
Oh,
This is not PG-13 show, so
my
yeah.
mom watched
Damon
that.
Stoudemire.
Both are left-handers. Who else was a left-hander?
Kenny Anderson?
No.
Being lefties.
Kenny Anderson ever averaged double digits?
Probably did.
Yeah. Probably did. A lefty? And this second one, you said,
Jesus, that should be so easy.
I can't think. Go ahead.
Y'all are some awful basketball.
Oh, Nick Van Exel?
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Damon Stoudemire versus Nick Van Exel.
I don't even remember Nick Van Exel's career.
It was Nick. Well, I would go with Nick. If you don't remember nothing, just go with Nick. Then next.
What?
Go with Nick. Nick was the truth.
Let's say just go with Nick.
Go with Nick.
Just go with him.
If you don't know, just go with Nick. I seen Nick.
I see Nick.
I seen Damon.
They were good too, but Nick.
Nick Van Exel. Damon Stoudemire.
Man, Kenny Anderson actually had some pretty good years in the league. I had to look that up.
He was disrespectful.
Man, I was very
He
disrespectful.
disrespected easy.
17, 19, 17, 15, 15, 17. Yeah, she had some pretty good averages there. Sorry, Kenny Anderson. Sorry, Tammy Ramone, too.
You saw.
So we got Van Exel and we got Damon Stoudemire.
Shout out to Basketball Wives.
I'm not even going there with you
Right,
right
not
now.
shouting out basketball.
Come on, man. Y'all mentioned Kenny Anderson on here. I can't shout out. I can't
No.
shout out nobody.
Damon Exel.
Nick Van Exel had some great years for Lakers, man.
Damn, good years in Dallas.
Yep.
He did. He had some good numbers.
This Go Talk was brought to us by one of our listeners, my man's Trey. Shout out to Trey for the Go Talk.
I don't know his numbers though.
I had a hard one with this one too.
I might have to go with Nick Van Exel.
This kind of touched the heart a little bit. This one kind of touched my heart a little bit.
Damn, what was Nick in 2000? Denver. Boy, average 60.
Ooh, that's tough.
Numbers real similar, ain't they?
No, I think Stoudemire had a couple.
Stoudemire came out the gate like,
Rookie of the year.
man, ridiculous. though,
1909, 20.
Yeah. He came, man. I think they might have they beat the Bulls that year, his rookie year. Like one of them 10 losses the Bulls had that 95-96 season. I think they lost to Toronto.
And Nick got better with age, though.
Yeah. So it was like a complete. For my money's
Yeah, but I
worth.
feel like when Damon, I don't know. I feel like.
And Damon was on the Portland team.
You gotta watch Nick Van Exel highlights.
Yeah, for my money's worth though, I'm gonna go Nick. Nick can just go out there and fill it up though, like really like fill it up. Like, he was a point guard though, but like, man, he just go out there and get money. He ain't never won a 6-man award.
No, he started most of his career. Until the end.
Yeah,
I think he almost won one with
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, he was.
He almost won one with Dallas, but didn't win it. I think he should have won it, actually.
For my money's, I'm gonna go. My money's worth. I'm gonna go Nick. That's tough though. And the reason I'm gonna go Nick is cause like, man, I feel like you could just go like to Nick, like he would just like how Lou Will would do, like just get buckets. You know what I'm saying? Even as a point guard, I feel like Damon Stoudemire was still more like, you know, you just couldn't tell him just go get buckets. Like, I felt like Nick could just go get buckets. I'm gonna go Nick. Nick the Quick. That's tough, bro. That's tough. And at the end of his career, he was still getting money.
Definitely was still getting money.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Nick. What other teams
Well,
did?
not getting money, but he felt like he started falling off after 02. He feel a little bit more. He had Dallas, Golden State, Portland, San Antonio. A little bit of a journey.
He averaged double digits his whole career except the last year.
The last year.
Except the last year.
Pop held him back.
Give me Nick Van Exel, man.
Doug, you say you taking Nick still?
I'm taking Nick. Nick the Quick. Go Nick.
Remember, Nick wore that purple and gold, young man.
I know you finna go with Nick. Just cause.
Wore that purple and gold, young man.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be surprised as hell you pick Damon Stoudemire. And y'all play Portland? Yeah, you pick. He ain't gonna pick Damon.
8,000% going with Nick. Man.
Yeah, you know you wasn't gonna pick Damon Stoudemire.
Man, Nick Van Exel was a player that I somewhat kind of modeled my game after growing up.
Let me get this straight.
So-
So wait, before you go any
Because
further.
I want people to know I'm a fellow left-handed.
So you said, I've heard you say you've modeled your game after Rod Strickland, and now we are going Nick.
Nick Van Exel.
All this time I thought it was Rodney Hood.
Definitely.
Man.
I thought it was Rodney Hood mixed with a little bit of Jalen Rose.
Hey, don't compare me no Rodney Hood, right?
With a sprinkle of Jamal Crawford in there.
Nah, I never dribbled the ball basketball that much.
Oh
He
man.
the original dribble machine.
Man,
Nah, but yeah, Nick Van Exel, man, he was he could do it all, man. He was explosive with the scoring. He could get to the rim. He could pass. He was creative. He had handles.
yeah.
Floater game. And he was just dynamic, man. To me, like he was a game changer. He could come into the game and he could actually change the game. And he wasn't afraid of the moment either. I feel like Damon Stoudemire, his downfall, even though it was the best years that he probably had as a pro, as far as winning wise, with Portland, but I feel like being on that Portland team was a downfall for him. Even though they won and they almost got to the finals, but that team was just so loaded that nobody could shine on that team.
You feel like, I was going to say, so you feel like that stunted his game?
Yeah, nobody could shine on that team, man. That team was so loaded, man. I mean,
Yeah, Rashid that year?
Steve
Bonus.
Smith.
I mean, they had Zebo on the bench. They had Zebo.
Scotty.
They had Zebo.
Steve Smith.
They had Zebo on the bench. On the bench.
Was Bonzi on that?
Bonzi was on that.
Jermaine O'Neal couldn't even get on the
Yes,
floor.
Jermaine O'Neal definitely couldn't get on
He
the
couldn't
floor.
even get on the floor. That's how good and deep that team
That
was.
team
Who
was.
did they lose to?
They
The
lost
Lakers.
to the Lakers.
They lost to Donahue.
They lost to us twice.
They lost to Donahue.
They lost to us twice too. We swept
Donahue.
We swept them the next year just to let y'all know we weren't fucking playing with that.
They love that.
Yeah, Nick the Quick, and I've seen Nick the Quick hit a referee in the ribs.
Yeah,
You remember that? When he gave the referee that?
What?
You ain't never seen that? Look that up.
Yeah, look that up.
Look that up on YouTube. He got into it with that ref and gave him a
Yeah, that's why you go to.
ref couldn't even kick him out right away.
Gave one of them good Lennox Lewis. One of them good Lennox Lewis rib shots.
Help me, please.
Oh, funny.
But nah, Nick the Quick. I'm going with Nick. And he's a Laker. Perfect go.
See, knew it. There you go.
Honestly, I go with the Lakers.
That was biased.
There you
A
go.
little bit.
Did you go with James Worthy over Scottie Pippen?
No.
Yeah.
No, I chose Scotty.
Yeah.
I
You said you
So I
always
ain't
go
that
to
worried.
Lakers.
Huh? I said I gotta go with the Lakers.
Oh,
Not always go.
okay.
Nah, I can go with James.
That was a good one, though.
Big
Who you
game.
said thought of that?
That's my man Trey from Argo.
Trey?
Yeah. Listening.
Hey,
Support us. He watch the show every week.
hey,
He
Trey,
always
that
got
was solid.
He
That
always
was
got always got some input. So you know,
Yeah, no, that was super
show him
solid.
some love.
Yeah,
Solid.
yeah, and keep it coming, man. All the listeners, man. If y'all got a GOAT talk that y'all think, man, want us to discuss that we haven't done already, like, let us know.
You think we should how about we put a post out there and we see what?
Yeah,
What they say?
do that.
Yeah, what goes
Just
out
pick
there?
one. Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one to talk
Pick one
about.
for a week.
I like that. I can get with that. Get the people what they want. As long as there ain't no LeBron, Jordan, like keep it like you like Damon Stoudemire
we're
and
not
Nick
doing
Van Exel.
LeBron.
We not doing
LeBron.
LeBron, Jordan,
Kobe.
Kobe,
Jordan,
like
Kobe,
nah, not
LeBron.
the cliche stuff, man. We want something to make you think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a trade. That was dope.
And the girls want to go talk, they can too. Like, they can pick one, the winner out buying free drinks. Y'all can go, I don't handle that.
What is he?
Where'd you
What?
go?
What?
Did you go to?
Applications are being sent out right away for a new producer.
You going to Bocce's after this?
Oh,
Wait,
no,
new-
You going to Bocce's
new
after this?
I'm going
cameraman.
to get a 20 piece and I'm going home, man.
You
What's 20 piece? We gonna White Castle?
He said
Burger
nuggets.
King?
Nuggets. Give me some nuggets,
He
man.
said,
from
wait.
Burger
I'm trying to figure
No,
out
we
what he
don't
said.
we'll do
did he
Burger King
say?
nuggets, man. We do Wendy's and McDonald's.
What did he say?
Get the 20 piece.
No. He said if the girls, what girls he talking
I
about?
don't know what the man talking about.
He been to Bocce's. He been to Bocce's too much this week.
Dude.
Did the man say?
You going
if
to
the
Bocce's? It's
girls-
karaoke night.
This is a Thursday? No,
Yeah.
man, I'm going home, man. I gotta rest my body for the weekend.
What's is karaoke night at Bocce's tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he going. That's what he going.
I'm going home.
Don't
man.
let him
I'm
fool
going
you.
home. Be at the crib.
I don't know what this man talking about.
What was he talking about?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have no idea what drinks Danny is talking about. What girls he talking about?
He said we was gonna buy him drinks.
Dude, we
That's not that is
Oh, man.
we talking about GOAT talk. Anyway, if you got GOAT talk,
I had it before I left.
two athletes,
two athletes,
let us know.
not drinks.
Same sport. Hey, same sport.
Same sport.
Gotta be the same sport.
Uh,
We don't want to compare Terry Bradshaw to Phil Jackson. All right, so
please.
yeah, please.
All right. We don't trying to
That might be a
compare
good one, coach.
Dan Marino and Alex Rodriguez. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't want to cross over with coaches either.
You don't want to do go talk with the coaches?
I mean,
In
I
the same
I
sport.
know that, but same
Oh,
sport.
yeah, same
Same
sport.
sport.
Yeah.
Whew.
They have us in here talking about Phil Jackson and Bill Belichick.
Jesus Christ.
Who's the mastermind?
Bill.
Shut
Uh,
up. Disrespect Phil.
forget Phil, man.
Hey, watch your mouth.
After he called, what he call LeBron? What he call him?
The posse.
The posse. Man, go on with that. Papa better coach anyway.
It is.
Oh,
it
so
is-
we gonna,
It is a
um,
posse.
Oh,
So
Pop is a better coach though.
yeah.
Shut
So we gonna keep it moving.
up. Coach your team right out of the finals.
Go keep it
Twice.
moving to. You know what? No, Papa's a better coach.
Much better.
No,
He done more with
Because
less.
you got that
More
Spurs.
with
done
Because
more
you
with
got that
less.
Spurs hat on. How's he done more or less? He had 3 Hall of Famers on the team for every
Tony
single
Parker
one
was
he
not
won.
drafted. Phil
Hall of
Jackson has
Famer.
always had like either the most dominant player on
Or the
his
best
team
player.
or the best player.
He got
Period.
3. He's had 3 Hall of Famers every single year they won something. 3 Hall of Famers every single year.
Phil Jackson had.
4 one year.
Phil Jackson had.
Because Kawhi probably is on his way to
He's
the
had
Hall of
the
Fame.
greatest shooting guard and the second greatest shooting guard
Of all time.
He's had the most dominant center.
and
And
probably
that's it.
and probably the best wing defender.
Wing defender. Oh, wow. Wow.
I mean, that was Pip. That's Pip.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds so wonderful to have.
Yeah, Pip.
That sounds so wonderful to have.
I mean, if you're talking Hall of Famers, Phil coached a bunch.
We got a bunch. Dennis Rodman.
What, 4?
5. Shaq, Kobe, Dennis, Mike, and Scotty. Cut it out. 5.
I mean, Pop's coach 5 or 6 himself. Ginobili's gonna get in. Marcus gonna be.
Yeah,
Duncan, Robinson. Kawhi's probably gonna get in. Like, let's not act like he hasn't coached Hall of Famers either.
Well,
Like,
Mitch
come on.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Wasn't he
Oh,
coach Malone?
He coached Malone and
Gary Payton.
Yeah, they was 40.
Oh, they were.
We're moving the goal line. We're moving the goalposts. There we go.
How old you
Let's
think
start
some of these
moving the
guys were that
goalposts.
was coming to San Antonio?
Mitch Richmond played like 7 minutes a game when he was with the Lakers.
Did he
Come
win a
on,
ring?
man.
Did he win a ring?
Yeah,
Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he a Hall of Famer? So we
What
moving-
court-
We got him a ring.
What court-
He didn't
what-
get us a ring.
what court-
Look, I'll give you T-Mac. I'll give you T-Mac.
What court you taking?
Pop coach T-Mac.
What court you
He
taking?
didn't. T-Mac didn't win a ring.
You taking Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, or you taking Tony Parker, Ginobili, Duncan?
Yeah, I'll take Jordan.
Oh. You
I
taking
mean, no,
Kobe
like-
and
I
Shaq?
mean, but you said like he did more with less. Like he
He
has
did.
coach Hall of Fame.
They
He
won
did.
like they. How many years in a row did they win?
Dude,
50
he
games.
did more or less. Phil Jackson is like outside of. They've always had to rotate like David Robinson left. I mean, you still had the same core, but they kept filling in different pieces. Though.
And outside of the Heat, they haven't beat a team that has had 2 more Hall of Famers.
What you mean outside of the Heat?
Outside of the Heat, outside of
Did-
the Spurs beating the Heat, they haven't beat a team that has more than 2 Hall of Famers.
I mean, what is that? They beat the Lakers. Didn't they beat them to get to the finals?
Yeah, we're talking about in the finals.
Whose fault is that?
You gotta play. You gotta play.
And they
Well,
only
they,
beat the-
they,
and they
they,
only
wait,
beat the
wait,
Lakers
wait,
once.
wait, wait,
They
hold
only beat
on,
the Lakers
hold on,
once.
time out,
And
time
they only beat the
out,
Lakers once.
time out. They beat the Nets, and the Nets had Vince Young, Vince Carter, and Jason Kidd.
Carter wasn't on that team.
No, he wasn't.
Carter wasn't on that team yet.
But wait, they
never
beat
got to the finals
They
with
beat the
Carter.
Pistons.
They
And that
only
was
got
the
Ben
same.
Wallace.
That
They
was
only got
the
Ben Wallace.
huh?
They only got Ben Wallace in the Hall of Fame.
But I'm saying they beat that.
Oh, so they had to have Hall of Famers. Like now, they like so Chauncey will never make the Hall of
But
Fame.
wait, they beat
No,
the Pistons and
Chauncey
the
would
Lakers
never make
lost.
the Hall of Fame.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, Chauncey would never make the Hall of
It'd be
Fame.
close. But the
Rick would have a-
the
Rick
Lakers
or
lost to
Rasheed have a
the
better
Lakers
chance
lost to
of
the
making it.
Pistons in the finals. 5 games.
That's it again.
The Lakers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that goes to the L for Phil.
Yeah.
Pop
He
won.
He beat the Pistons. He did. Same Pistons.
Same Pistons.
Same team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Pop, get it done. More or less.
Also lost the finals too, a 3-2.
How many Pop done lost? 1.
Nah,
Shit, yeah, one to the Miami, and that was it.
Yeah.
And they never. Yeah,
So he's only been to what, 6 finals?
Yeah. Yeah.
6, 5 and 1. Yeah, because Duncan got 5. Yeah, 5 and 1.
Sounds pretty bad. He coached for 20 years. He coached for 20 years.
What you started coaching? 98, 99?
Phil been what, 12?
12 what?
12 finals?
10-2.
It's 10 and 2. Yeah, 5.
Been to double finals. Come on, man. Don't talk to me about that, man. Don't
Six.
talk to me
He's
about
had
that.
the
man.
better
No,
talent.
that's what I'm saying. He's
about
had the
that.
better talent. It's-
Don't talk to me about
He's
that.
had the better talent.
Don't talk to me
Yeah.
about that.
He's
Don't
had the better talent.
What they say, if you have the best players,
It's kind of easy. Oh, Phil also coached Pau Gasol. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
he's overseas, not because of his NBA
Listen,
career.
it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a Hall. It's gonna be a Hall of Fame. It's gonna be a Hall of Fame.
He's a 2-time All-Star.
Hey, he's gonna be a Hall of Fame.
yeah, you definitely gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because of his overseas career.
Hall of Fame, man.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna be Hall of Fame. Just like Ginobili's Hall of
More-
Fame
more or
because of his
less.
overseas.
More or less, man. Nobody was talking about Tony Parker having a Hall of Fame career when he got drafted.
Nobody.
Well, I mean, nobody talks about a lot of people having a Hall of Fame career when they get drafted.
That's
I
the
mean,
point.
But you have it though. Like that's the you. I mean, who cares about it if they talk about when you get drafted?
They had Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kukoc.
Yeah.
He had the best players, man. Don't get me wrong.
You
He's
gotta get there.
one of the GOAT coaches, but
You
bro.
gotta get there.
I'm taking Pop all day.
Yeah, you damn mind.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely saying Pop, more or less. And he's had to change up the way he plays, the way the Spurs play basketball. The way he's aged as a coach. Spurs used to be dumping to the post.
Yeah.
Now they had to change the up and down, free flowing offense.
Also,
And they've won in multiple decades.
and also lost in the first round 4 or 5 fucking times.
Who?
The Spurs. What do you
Four
mean?
or five times. Ooh, in the first round.
We swept them one year. They lost to the Mavericks in the first round one year.
The first round.
Yeah, the Mavericks.
The Spurs have
dogged them.
always been a top seed, like one of the top seeds. The only time
They got dogged in a 4-5 matchup with the Mavericks one year.
Okay.
Actually, it was the year the Mavericks got to the finals,
Okay.
First time they lost to the Heat.
and they had just came off of finals. They had just came off a finals one. They came off a final win, and they lost in the first round of that shit.
Sound like they was tired.
Here we
Has
go.
Phil Jackson ever not made the playoffs?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had Kwame Brown.
That's.
We had counting me.
So you mean to tell me?
Oh,
you mean to tell me?
No. Tom,
Rudy
T was the coach then. Phil wasn't the coach then. They made the playoffs the first year Phil was there.
They
Yeah,
did.
they
That's
made
what.
the
That's what.
playoffs.
Oh,
Get
wait,
that shot on
wait.
Rudy T was
Phil-
the coach the Lakers for the 2
Phil-
years. They
So
didn't make the
Phil was
playoffs.
there when they was up 3-1 on the Suns.
Yes,
and
yes, he
they
was.
lost?
Yes, he was. Yes, he
That's
was.
your first round exit.
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to win that series anyway, though.
No, they wasn't supposed
They
to.
wasn't.
I mean, they got
They
Phil.
wasn't supposed to.
Phil's
They
supposed to
wasn't
be.
They weren't even
Phil's
supposed to
supposed
be
to
in
be
that
the
series.
I
best.
think
the
they
greatest.
They weren't even
coach.
supposed to be in that
They
series.
weren't
That was a
supposed to be in
2-7 matchup.
That was a 2-7 matchup.
Oh, okay.
They weren't supposed to be in that series.
It was a 2-7 matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, look, let me show y'all what we doing. Man.
Shit, they say when you have the best players, they say when you have the best players, it's easy, right? Like the Suns had the best players, right? So they were supposed to win.
Let me show y'all this goalpost.
That's what y'all said. I'm saying what y'all said. Y'all said they had the, it's easy to coach when you get the best players.
No, he don't just have the best players in the league. He got like all-time best. Like, all right, let me have Michael Jordan for the '90s, and let me get Kobe Bryant for the 2000s. Let me get Scotty, the best all-around player in the '90s, arguably, and then let me get
The most dominant.
Shaquille O'Neal for the 2000s. Come on, man. Sean Elliott.
He was great. He
There
had a
we
big
go.
shot.
Sean Elliott won the
He
Marines.
had a big shot.
He better than Scottie Pippen.
Offensively, yeah.
Bruce
Shit.
Bowen.
All around the
Bruce Bowen was your best wing defender in the league. There you go. That was Scotty was. They said what Scotty was.
I said ever.
Yeah, that ever.
I said ever.
Bruce Bowen, one of the best
Not
two-guard
ever.
defenders ever.
Nah, he not the best ever.
He won
The best ever.
He won
Where you gonna
The
put
best.
Top what?
Who you putting number one?
10, 15.
Oh,
Oh,
who number
10,
one?
15.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
What?
What are we doing here?
Come on, man.
You gonna say he won the best ever? And they gonna
You
give
say
him
top 10, 15. I think you
You
could
say
say top
give me
5. You could
You
lie
didn't
and
give
say
me top
top 5.
three. I mean, you said 10, 15.
There's 20,000 wing defenders that ever played a game of basketball. I would think it'd be pretty good to be top 10.
He's at Ron Artest.
Yeah, he did. Lamar Odom.
Ron Artest won a defensive player of the year. Wasn't he the last
Oh, you
perimeter
want to
player?
call him Meta World
First
Peace?
of all, it was Meta World Peace, all right?
Hey.
He changed his name then.
So, yeah,
Respect that, man.
I do. He one of the only perimeter defenders to win defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He didn't win it with the Lakers.
Hmm?
Didn't win the Lakers, but he helped us win.
And then right he helped y'all.
He
Sealed the game.
Yeah, hit the biggest shot of his career.
Yeah. Thank God for
Look,
Thank
look,
God.
Thank
Thank
God
for
for
Ron.
Look, I'm gonna pull.
No, Meta.
I'm gonna pull one of them. I'm gonna pull one of them Kyrie LeBron thing. One Kobe a championship.
Yeah, he did. Shit, Kobe played trash that game. I will say it. I will flat out say it. Kobe was like 5 for 20 that game.
17 rebounds.
He did have 20 and 17 that game. At least he was playing hard.
Play hard. Play hard. It's
At
good.
least he was playing hard.
Hit those shots.
Sasha really iced the game for us.
Oh my God.
Sasha, who?
We won.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's the type of players. That's the type of players we had icing. That's the type of players Phil coached.
Can we get this out of
Hey,
here?
that's the type of players Phil coached. Sasha Vujacic in the clutch.
Who?
Sasha Vujacic first four Hall of Famers sealed the win. Thank God for Phil Jackson. Jeez.
I've seen Greg Popovich have his team put on a clinic in the NBA Finals, shooting the basketball.
Yeah, hear me?
I don't think I've ever seen a team shoot that great in the NBA Finals.
It ain't hard when you go into Chalmers and Bosch and Mike Miller.
They ain't do it the other year.
Definitely.
They were shooting this shit out the rock that year too.
Oh,
They just the last 2 games they couldn't hit anything.
They went
Dude, Neal and Green set like the record for like the most
a few
threes.
games.
In the year they
Talking
lost,
about
they
the whole
set the record.
series.
Oh yeah, they
They
was
was
ready for y'all ass. Well, I should say y'all, cause y'all just Y'all just jump over.
Good years. Good years.
Great.
Good years in Miami.
But they was ready for y'all, man.
Great.
You
I
can
was
tell
ready.
they was out there looking for revenge.
Speaking of ready, looking for revenge, Russell Westbrook has been getting into altercations with fans across the league. Okay, not really, but still. He just recently got into it with a guy in Utah who told him, what he tell him? Get down on your knees
Like you're used to.
like you're used to. And Westbrook went off a bunch of F-bombs. He told him he'd mess his wife up. Hey, he was going crazy at him. And then looking at that, like he said, security never said anything to the guy. Never said nothing. Utah has been known to have racist, hostile environments, racist, remarks. That fan was banned from all arenas in NBA. Lifetime ban, I believe. Man, what needs to be done to protect the players?
They just need to put more security down on the first floor. They need to put something on the tickets as well that says any type of profanity.
Not even profanity, just like racial.
Racism, remarks, anything that's gonna slander or any type of we're gonna disrespect the players. They need to put that on the tickets too as well to let the ticket holders know that, hey, when you enter this arena, you scan this ticket, and if you disobey these rules,
You're gone.
you're gone. Point blank, period. I don't care how much face value the ticket is on the ticket. They need to know that this is a possibility. I do feel like we've gotten to a point where the fans think that they can say whatever to the players. And I am with Westbrook in saying that something needs to be done. They shouldn't have to deal with that. I get it. Some fans are gonna go to the game, joke around with some players, talk a little trash, but it should never cross that line. And I feel like,
And they keep trying Westbrook in particular.
yeah, he's
He
a
a
try.
fight.
I was just telling about so it's funny you said that. Me and my fiance were just watching Love and Basketball just yesterday, and I don't know if you remember the game, but Monica had that championship game, so
Yeah.
she's standing at half court ready for the jump ball, and the player comes right over to her and bumps her before the game even started.
Yeah.
I was like, see, because she has that hot-headed temper, that's what players do
To get
to
you out of here,
players
yeah.
like that. So that's what the fans are gonna do to Westbrook. They know he's hot-headed. They know he has a temper. They know he's an easy target. So they're gonna go after him. Does that make it right? Hell no. Don't make it right at all. But I can see why they do it. Is it right? Absolutely not. But I can see why they do it though. I mean, there's plenty of times where I'm sure you've played a game and a coach knows that a guy could lose his temper in his mind, and they may tell you to kind of tussle with him a little bit and be a little more physical than you normally would be with a guy. And I feel like the fans are kind of like that with him. But I also feel like he has to do a better job of kind of toning it out a little bit too. I feel like he kind of exposes himself to it a little bit by sitting on the end of the bench. I get it. It's his bench. He's ready to sit wherever the hell he wants to. But in a hostile environment like Utah, that's going to be a thing. The guys sit in the middle of the bench. Let some other people. And then if somebody messing with you from there, then something needs to be done with. I don't know if you all saw, but they had another footage where a fan was messing with him before the game.
Call him a boy.
Yes, fan called him a boy before the game. He just sitting there, he's dancing. They playing music, sitting there dancing, and the fan talking to him. He said something to him,
He said, let's go, boy.
and he said,
He's
"Call
like,
him a
don't call
boy."
me no boy.
He
It's
said, "Call me a boy."
disrespectful. He kept clapping.
And he
Said it again.
and he handled it the perfect way he's supposed to. Called over to security, told security what had happened, what was going on. Didn't rush into the stands. Didn't escalate the situation with the fan. Said, hey, this is what happened to the guy. Security went right over to him. Said, hey, cut it out, no more, or you're gone. So, it's a tough situation, but I feel like other players have dealt with that. Draymond said it a couple years ago when they played in the playoffs in Utah that it goes on. That's what goes on in Utah. And they're saying, those fans are saying whatever they want to say to you. So I just feel like they just need to do a better job of getting that security in the first row, and we'll kind of go from there.
I thought we would have learned
fans said, they was getting their ass kicked. You know?
And I feel like I think everything Five said was spot on. Like, you definitely need more security. It needs to be something said either on the tickets before the game, maybe again during halftime or something. Just to like it's one thing to like when the stadium chants something like in Indiana when Ingram was at the line and they was like Brown's gonna trade you. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's fun, right? It's harmless. It's a joke. Like, it's no ill intent in that, right? But like when you cross that line of disrespect, man, it's hard for players to tune everything out. And I think like Russ, I agree with that. Russ is an easy target because he does seem to have a bit of a hot head, especially during the game. Like, entering the game, after the game, sitting at the press conference, he seems like pretty humble, even keel, things like that. But once he steps on the court and the ball goes up, he's in his zone. He's in his zone. He's not trying to be your friend. If you ain't like, he's even said, if you're not his teammate, he don't care about you. Yeah. Like, y'all could be friends after the game, right? Mm-hmm. So man, these fans, like, there is a line of disrespect, and I think it takes a lot out of a person to not react when you're constantly getting disrespected. Like, you know, and like you said, before the game, somebody was disrespecting him, he had to check that person. And in the same game, somebody disrespected him at the end of the game. Yep. Like, you got your levels, and there's only so much you're gonna take. And I could just, when I saw that video, I just instantly thought about Marcus Peters when he ran in the stands in LA when that dude was talking crazy. And he had, like, he had to check him real quick, like, dude, I'll beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the fan was singing a whole nother tune. Yeah, but I mean, like, even, and I think it's even more so, like, to the point, like, when the players are coming in like, when they come in through the tunnel, like, either in or out of the game. Like, we've even seen, like, KD have to stop a couple times and check some people, like, what they were saying. Like, dude, you pay money to come see these people play. Like, I may not agree with what Kevin Durant did, but I ain't gonna pay, $100, $200, $300 to sit at a game and disrespect this man. I'm not gonna do that unless I'm able to, unless I'm ready to go there. But at that, like, no, what am I paying? Like, that's corny to me. Like, for fans to be disrespecting players, that's mad corny. Like, let that go, man. It's a way in which you can chastise players in a good way. Yeah. Like, for real. Like, if you want to holler Westbrook sucks, cool. He done heard that before. If you want to holler Westbrook a bum, cool. He done heard that before. Mm-hmm. But, no. No. Now, I will say I didn't like the fact that Westbrook threatened the guy's wife. I didn't like that. Women out of it. Yeah, I
said something too.
Well, they said she was echoing everything the husband said.
But again, man, that's a woman. Like, it's just like Five said earlier, right? With the kid who, like, touched Westbrook, pushed him, grabbed him, whatever he did. Like, when he first turned around, he didn't know it was a kid, so he turned around like, dude, what is you touching me for? When he saw it was a kid, it was like, hey, man, you can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? To have a conversation with the father, whatever. Like, I feel like women kind of fall in that at the games. Like, a lot of times they just doing what they husband doing or what the guy doing. Like,
women and children.
So is it the fact that he said, like, he was gonna rough up too? What if he'd have said something else like shut your mouth? Like, was it the fact that he was just coming out like, look, if I go in these stands, I'm whooping his ass and I'm whooping your ass?
Yeah, I mean, that was the problem. Gotcha. Like, if he would have told her shut up, like,
shut your ass, like,
remember when Cleveland played Boston?
And
Bron got hit, and the mama stood up. He was like, "Sit your ass down."
Yeah,
like sometimes, like, if he'd have said that, like, man, you need to sit your ass down. Like, I'd have been okay with it. Like, yeah, you need to sit down and shut up. Like, but you can't. Like, no, Russ, no. And
I get you.
you can't, and I get it, man. I get it. It's hard. Yes, it is hard when you disrespect it to just keep taking that disrespect, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek, right? And I mean, J.R. Smith said it's nothing harder to do than to play in Utah and hear him say nigga all day, right? Say nigga the whole game, like. So we know Utah fans is reckless, but Utah probably ain't the only fans that's reckless.
No, not at all.
But you know, like we all got our threshold. That's how I feel, man. Now I will say this, and I this is a question I want to ask. So the fan is probably a season ticket holder, so he got like he's banned from all arenas, right? But what happens? So now I'm gonna ask this question: what happens if you're a season ticket holder and you sell your tickets on the aftermarket, or you give your tickets to somebody else, and they get in trouble? Do you lose? Do you lose that privilege as well?
I don't think he can sell his tickets.
Yeah, I think
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what if somebody? What if he wasn't the one that owned those tickets?
Got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that's selling them, would lose it too.
Man, I would be pissed.
Yeah, I can
If
see
I was a season ticket, I would be pissed.
I can see it happen. So I got two additional things. So actually, this is something I thought of. I'm like, these players have been hearing this for a long time.
Well, yeah.
All right, you want to hear some disrespectful shit? Go to a college game.
Oh yeah.
Go to a college game. Go to a college game where they got a bunch of drunk 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. They got signs, they face paint, they got shirts made, they got chants ready, like.
And they in your ear.
Like, yeah, and they put them right behind the rim.
Yeah.
Like the student section is always right behind the rim. So you
Or behind the
hear,
bench.
you hear some disrespectful stuff in college. Like it is probably like bar none. So, and I'm gonna talk about my fiance again. Shout out my fiance. She brought some real good points because when me and her was talking about this, you know what she asked me? She said, "Whatever happened to the guy that went into the stands at Texas?" It was Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
So
And he kicked the dude.
yes. So I was like,
Yeah,
he actually plays for the Celtics now.
Yeah.
She was like, wow, I'm surprised he made it to the NBA. And to me, that says a lot because that really said that she thought that his career was, done.
I mean, we all thought Marcus Smart's career was over.
Yeah. So I would hate for these guys to throw that away because of something a fan said. Like Ron Artest almost threw everything away.
Oh, yeah.
Like over that, like he probably shouldn't have never played a game in
Well,
the
the
NBA
fan,
ever
some
again.
fan threw something.
Like he literally started a brawl in the stands.
I mean,
I
but-
get it. They threw something at him. I get it.
something at him.
I get it. He was provoked, but he's actually pretty lucky to have played another NBA game. To be honest with you.
But I mean, see, that's that double-edged sword, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's only so much disrespect as a person.
You a human.
Like you at the end of the day, you a man or a woman before anything, right?
That's what Barkley said.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, you a man before anything. And even if we go back to that Marcus Smart incident, he fell out of bounds,
Man,
and
nigga too.
that dude. I mean, and the dude was right in his grill.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing that I have, a problem that I have. Like, I think I get it. Like, we want the fans to feel a part of the game, but sometimes I feel like the fans are too close to the floor. Like, I feel like they are, man. It's like sometimes I feel like in college games, like to your point at Duke, sometimes the fans' hands be like this and they be shaking. Bro, they almost touching the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's too close.
Absolutely.
That's too close.
Money.
And just think they run on the floor when they
Game over with.
Game's over.
Look. Remember LeGarrette Blount in Oregon?
Yeah.
He punched the fan.
Punched the fan.
Because the fan ran up in his face, said something to him, and he punched the fan.
Yep. I remember.
He almost didn't make it to the league because of
Yeah.
that. Like, dude, they have to do a better job at protecting these players. But I also think, like, and I'm glad that Marcus Smart was able to make it to the league. I'm glad that Ron Artest was able to play another game because, dude, that's like you being in the club and a dude just throw a drink in your face. it's no way you just gonna be like,
Oh, that's okay.
all right, I'm gone. Like, dude, you gonna black out for a second. You gonna black out.
You'll apologize later.
Yeah,
If you
like,
do that.
come on.
Yeah, I think the fans, man, like dude was banned. Then they pulled up dude's Twitter account. It was obvious he was a racist. He had been talking about Westbrook before. So I think if you a fan and you come to the game and you get kicked out for anything, man, like they check your background and you got like a racist background or like tweeting and stuff about a certain player, dude, you need to be banned from all arenas and all sports.
Oh, dang.
Everything.
But I don't get into it because if they pull up my tweets about D Wade, I never get into it.
All arenas and all sports, like you need to be banned. Like dude should never be able to go to a sports game again.
I agree. He's a danger to the players.
Yeah, dangerous to the player. And then
Ultimate danger.
security got to do a better job, man. Like, if you got first level seats, you know what I'm saying? As you one of the players, they were saying that dude in Utah, the security didn't say nothing.
But yeah, that's what's so crazy to me because if you've been to a Bulls game and if you sit like in that first level section, dude, they got people at every corner. Like they got a security guard here, they got a security guard here, they got another one standing in front by the camera people, they got another one standing like on the stairs. Like so I don't understand like where those people were at in the arena. Maybe they just tuned it out because they're so used to it and they just let them get away with it. But I mean I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm gonna bring this up, but the fan in New York that told Dolan to sell the team, like he can't even go back to a Knicks.
Yeah, they kicked him out. They told him he can't never come back.
He can't never.
I ain't see nothing wrong with that.
But I'm just saying, like that's another like that's that man livelihood. That's how Dolan make money.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I ain't gonna say that's his sole income, but that's a part of it. That's one piece of his income. Like
Pretty big piece.
That would be like I mean, you telling somebody to sell the team, it's like a player walking, you tell them to demand a trade. Like, I didn't think that was that big of a deal. I just think it was a big of a deal because he know he doing a shitty job with the Knicks, and it hit him in the soft spot.
No, I think it was a big deal because the game was over and the arena was quiet, and he could flat out hear them and see who said it.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like a crowd of people who said it and some random person just said it, I mean, I could see him just. But he literally was able to see the guy.
like pinpoint.
Yeah, just him. Tell him to come here.
Yeah.
The guy came over there like an idiot.
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, you can't come no more.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm gonna have a security guard.
He didn't do. I mean,
He got something in common with Charles Oakley then.
And
He told Oakley he's banned too, this idiot.
I think they let Oakley back though. I think I seen Oakley at the
Shit
game.
never came to that.
He was in the booth.
You need to sell the team.
all I'm saying is, like these fans, they getting a little too comfortable, man. They are getting a little too comfortable.
And you better believe if Gar Pax walk past somebody in Chicago, they gonna tell them to sell the team.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing a bad job as an owner, the fans gonna let you know. He paid his hard working money, you know what I'm saying? And you out here.
Yeah, but there's still a way in which to do it.
Yeah.
Fans just don't care anymore.
I didn't think that was that bad. Like, I didn't feel like he said anything like disrespectful to him.
He
Like
ain't cursing.
he ain't cursing. He just say, "Hey man, sell the team." When does that become like, "Hey man, sell the team, man"? He ain't say, "Hey, you're doing a terrible job." He just say, "Hey man, sell the team."
So let me ask you this question. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Let's say you at your job, you've been doing pretty bad at your job.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. And some random person just walked in the building. It's like, hey man, you need to quit your job.
Everybody might say you about right. You might be on to something. What you got for me? Okay, shoot, straight up. That's how I feel now, but that's another subject for another day. You hear me? That's another subject. Follow us on all social media, please. Goodfellas Podcast on IG, that's a 3 instead of an E. Twitter, Goodfellas87. Subscribe to the YouTube page, like the Facebook page. Don't forget for Go Talk, man. Y'all let us know what y'all want to hear. Fellas, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
March Madness coming up, man. Get y'all brackets ready, man. It's gonna get hot and heavy. So, you know what we got? 30 straight days of basketball. 30.
Then right after that's over, guess what?
Playoffs.
We got NBA playoffs.
Ain't no LeBron.
Ain't no Bron or maybe no D Wade either.
Not Wade gonna make it, man.
I don't know.
Charlotte's been looking terrible, and Orlando's been looking even worse.
Orlando won today though.
Barely. Nah, they won.
But yeah, tell your wives, tell your girlfriends, like you unavailable for 30 days. Tell them, let them know already now, y'all. I'm letting mine know tonight.
Nah,
Feel me? I'm giving early notice. 14 days.
come on, man. What if you just say 31?
Really 7 days. 7 day notice, really. What,
Yeah.
March Madness start what? 20?
Sunday. No, the week after.
23rd? 22nd or 23rd?
I said next Thursday.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah. So after
These
Sunday.
conference tournaments about to be over.
Yeah, the conference tournaments end Sunday.
Yeah.
21st, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21st.
So wait, when the playing games? They usually like Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's gotta be the 20th then.
So next Thursday is the 21st. So it might, yeah, like Tuesday, yeah. So like the 19th or something like that.
DuPont.
I was gonna tell you that. It beat me to it.
Yeah, I saw they was 07 when I was
Look at you checking nervous, wasn't
No.
She was a little.
Hey, yo, over there.
Shut
You guys say
Nervous for what?
DuPont, because y'all got RJ Barrett.
No, I'm more nervous when RJ Barrett by himself. You know what I'm saying? Zion might beat him up for the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what you got? You got something you want to add, man?
Right before you said that, Zion didn't miss a shot today.
Didn't miss a
He was
shot.
13 for 13.
Didn't miss a shot. What'd you tell me? Them all dunks and
He had
layups?
13 dunks.
You hit any threes?
No.
Yeah, he was 1-on-1. 1-on-1.
Oh, he shot a three?
Yeah, 1-on-1 from 3.
Look at
12
that.
dunks. Go ahead, Will.
I
Sorry.
ain't fat.
I'm gonna disrespect Zion until he leave Duke.
Hey, RJ shot 50% today. Y'all have it?
No.
Tar Heels gonna get Cole Anthony though.
Who?
Go ahead.
He
Cole
not
Anthony.
going. No, okay.
Yes.
What?
Yes, yes.
Definitely going.
Pretty much a done deal.
Yeah.
How much y'all paying?
Huh? We can't tell you that, brother.
We opened the bag.
Hey,
Can't tell you that, brother.
Did y'all see, y'all watch that show Fair Game with, dang, I can't think of the lady name.
I ain't never seen it.
Alright, they come on Fox Sports 1, right? So look, go on YouTube and type in like Al Harrington Fair Game.
Yeah.
The man said it was a team in the ACC that offered him $450,000, a new car, and a job for his mom to come to college for 1 year. And they were gonna give, if he committed right then and there, they were gonna give him $50,000 in cash up front.
So that means he went straight to the league.
He
though, man.
went straight to the
He
league.
went straight to the league.
So why would Duke want to do that?
Oh,
Why would Duke want to do that? He triggered on Coach K.
wow, you're a wild boy.
Hey, I do got one more shout out. I want to shout out the 3 high school teams on Pulaski Road that made it downstate, or actually won state, and Curie and what's the third one? I'm missing the third one. Curie and
You that curious one. You're missing 2, bro.
no, or
Oh, okay.
or Curie and I'm missing the third one. I can't remember.
Why are you thinking of that? Shout out to East Central for winning the regionals, making it to the sectionals.
They lost though.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Can we go? Yeah, Argo make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually made it to the sections. Hey, we actually won regionals. I was shocked myself. I was shocked myself. They had a terrible year. Yeah, they actually won their regionals. So
That's great.
shout out to Argo. Shout out to Argo organizing that. But man, I can't remember the third team. Wow, I'm blanking.
How long
But
do you
anyway.
think on it?
Nah, I ain't gonna think on too much. But
Okay.
yeah, but state championships start tomorrow. So
Oh, so wait. Curie beat Simeon?
they beat at the buzzer.
Uh.
Buzzer beater at Verizon West. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. see
Yeah,
that.
on the 3.
I'm gonna hear about it tomorrow
It was a really good game.
at work. Man.
Oh, really good game, man. Really good game. You gotta watch it. I watched it live. They had the live footage on. But there was another team on Pulaski that made it. I can't remember the third team. But anyway, yes, IHSA state championships start tomorrow. So check it out. They got some
March
good teams.
Madness, full effect on all levels. Yeah, y'all got y'all shout outs.
Student versus staff game. next
Bow.
Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
student versus staff.
Student versus staff.
What you
game
going for?
next Friday.
Man.
I'm gunning.
You gonna get RJ?
Teddy Bear.
What? What?
I see you and
What?
the rim.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to games. The first travel you have, I'm leaving.
Don't get kicked out.
Oh, I ain't gonna
Don't get ejected.
I'm
You gonna
gunning.
get a tech.
You gonna get a flagrant too.
You gonna be the first player.
You gonna rise
player
out
foul
there.
with you to get a tech.
Raja Bell, one of them kids, like he did Kobe. So clothesline.
Hey, I already be hooping with the kids on Tuesday and Thursday. Man,
Don't tell nobody that.
they be hacking.
Hey, don't tell nobody that. Don't
What,
tell
that be
nobody you
hooping with
being
the
there with the kids on Tuesday and
Oh yeah, be with the kids. I take them to the, you know what I'm saying, during lunch, I take them to the gym, let them get their hoop on. Boy, they be hacking.
They don't play no D.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know. It's just one kid though. I'm so mad he ain't play on the team. Okay.
What, he bad?
No, he
He just don't want to play.
he told me like he didn't want to play. So bad.
Make him play next year.
He senior.
Make him flunk, come back.
What you got, man? Who you shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out, number one, shout out Apple Music for putting all of those Cash Money albums on there. I'm shouted about, brother.
What about our podcast?
What you got in your shirt, young man? What you
Hold
got?
on, man. We got the podcast is on. It's on the podcast app on your iPhone. All right, so download it. We everywhere. All right, and then the shirt. It's my Get Money shirt. Fashion Misfits. Get you some merch. Get you some merch.
Okay.
Gang gang. That's all I got, man. My sister getting married in about over a
So you
week.
ain't gonna shout your sister out? I just knew that was gonna be your first shout out.
Say the best for last.
Oh my god.
Say the best for last. Going to Orlando in about a week and a half next weekend. Sister getting married. Warm weather. Trying to go to Universal Studios. That's all I got, man. Booth, what you got?
Just waiting for that question. I ain't got nothing today, man. I'm a leader.
Yeah, good.
My job is on the line. I gotta make sure.
Yeah, your job.
Save-
This might
I'm
be.
trying to save my job,
You
man.
might be like a John Calipari product. One and done. After you, so, if that's it, man, until next week, man, make sure y'all let us know what y'all want to hear for the Go Talk, man. Until then, love, live life. We will holler at y'all later.